This is Felicia with Bible Scraps, and I am out in my garden. It's a beautiful spring day today. I think it's going to be cooler today than it was yesterday. We reached, I believe, 82 yesterday. Today feels like it might be 72 perhaps, but anyway, it is harvest time. I planted, this is a large planter here. I planted, obviously, a mixture of different things. Okay, this is Chinese broccoli. I'm not going to harvest that. I'm going to pluck that up though and add that to my compost. What I will harvest are the mixed greens. And I'm going to share the seed packet. However, I did not take really good notes because I could have added other seeds in this container. I don't know. But I will harvest the greens, and I'm going to either make a salad or I'm going to cook them. I don't really know. I have to read the package. Again, excuse my dogs. Hey, you guys. Oink, stop it. The neighbors come out. The dogs act up. They have dogs too. You better not know. But I just tasted just minutes ago a leaf, and it does taste like a green, but I don't know what types of mixed greens these are, like if it's like how do you cook it or if you just use it in a salad. So I will be experimenting, but I have enough. Oh my goodness. Okay, I can't wait to harvest this. I'll be back. Okay, harvest time. Wow. Some of these stalks are really tall. And you know what? I don't think... Okay, I'm such a ding-dong. Okay, Kappa, enough. You can hush. They want to play. My chihuahua, when he's out, it gets really noisy. Okay, but anyway, in that container, I just plucked these from. It's all, I believe, mixed greens. I don't think I had any Chinese broccoli. I'm such a ding dong. I did plant Chinese broccoli, and people, look, I assumed that was the Chinese broccoli, but that's actually seeds. Oh my goodness. Because my Chinese broccoli looked like this in the other container. So that one container, I believe it had all mixed greens. You could just see that a lot of it started to seed. And I still need to research. I don't think these are ready. The seeds are ready to be harvested, which I don't mind because I still have some of these seeds left. But anyway, look at my harvest. That's what I want to show. Oh my goodness. I think I want to cook these just like collard, turnip, mustard greens. Yeah, I still have to take the leaves off and clean them. And this is that planter that held all the mixed greens. What I'm going to do is take out all the roots and use this to plant once again. I planted squash last summer and my squash plant got so big and the fruit. Okay, do you guys want to watch me harvest? I feel like a gardener. What I'm going to do is use a empty planter and this brings back so many memories of growing up at my grandma's, cleaning, getting the greens prepared. And it comes from my own garden. This is so fulfilling. So I'm just taking off the leaves. And the great thing about having your own garden, well, these greens are, I believe, organic. And I don't have to worry about pesticides. I don't have to worry about, like, my dogs couldn't urinate in the planter. So overall, the greens are cleaner. And I feel really good about that. And of course, I grew them. Now I'm going to keep the stalks for my compost. I started my own compost last year. I have yet to use, well, I add to it all year. I have it in a large planter. There was a time, actually, I used my little kids' swimming pool that I have converted into a lettuce flower bed. I'd use that for my compost. You know what? I need to go out and buy another one. Yeah, another swimming pool, that is. The small ones that cost about 10 bucks. So I can lay my compost in the pool. I'll probably cover it up with something because I do want to use the compost this summer. Look at my greens. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm going to make a pot of greens. I cannot wait until I have collard greens. I planted some of those from seed yesterday. And I still have to show you guys the seeds that I use. Look at that big old root. Do not throw that away. Add that to your compost or put it back in the yard. One seed. It's amazing how one small seed produced, look at that. Look how tall it is. This is taller than me, the seed part. Wow, God is good. And these greens, I hope, taste good. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Okay, this is so fulfilling, so fun. You guys, if you don't have a garden, you don't need much to get started. If you don't have space, start off with if you have a window. Oh my goodness, if you guys caught my, I don't know what video it was, but Target has these, it's in the bullseye section. They may not have them now, and how I wished I picked up more than one bag. But anyway, I'm growing poppy flowers right, when I say in my window, hanging from my window in a bag, you guys. I don't need to add any water. I've been growing it for a little over a month. You just add your dirt, add your water, close the pouch up, and leave it alone. I hope to find more, or hopefully Target will bring those back, or perhaps other stores have them. I don't know, but I love it. My point is, even if you don't have outside space, if you don't have a patio, a backyard, whatever, if you have a window that has sun, you can start a garden. Yes, you can. Okay, I'm going to add that to the ground. And look at my precious greens. So I did taste one fresh right from the stalk. And I think I can probably be able to cook these just like collard greens or turnip greens. Of course, these could be used for a salad. Eat them fresh, just like this. But this brings back so many memories of cleaning greens. My grandmother, she's kept a garden her whole life, except for the last 5 years. She's 90 now. She's older. And I remember about 10 years ago, every year she planted collard greens. And she had a plant that grew so tall. I have pictures of that too. So for me, greens, it's a cultural experience. It's a childhood experience. My grandmother, I know my mom cooked greens, but I don't remember. I'm sure she did. But Grandma is the one who I remember on Sundays and special occasions, cooked greens. Oh my goodness. So now, of course, well, I cook greens. It's something special about it, and it's part of my childhood, and it's a tradition that I've passed on to my children. They don't cook greens. You have to know how to cook them. They're not difficult to cook, but everybody cooks them different. The South might make them different from how they're made over here. Oh my goodness, this is so fulfilling to me. I have a whole, look at that. I got a whole little planter filled with greens. And I have more to harvest as well. I need to keep a better garden journal. I need to do better at using stakes to identify what I'm growing and when I started to grow what I'm growing. When I get started, I just get started. Taking notes is the last thing I think about doing, but I'm going to do a better job this year. I've already started to do a better job because the things I planted yesterday, I have stakes in them, and I dated them as well. Okay, look at this. Oh my goodness. I love it. And just look, okay, I've already cleaned a batch of greens, and I'm soaking, well, I'm giving a quick cleanse in the water. I just want to show how clean the water is. See, if I had to purchase these from the store, the water would have been muddy, dirty. But just another benefit to having a garden and harvesting from your own garden, you deal with less dirt, potentially. That's pretty clean. Okay, now it's time for the second rinse. Isn't good in this little corner, but take a look at my greens. Okay, it's the next day. We had greens and cornbread for dinner last night. That was pretty much it. I didn't tell my husband these came from the garden. He loved them. They were delicious. Oh my goodness. Now here's the thing. I took a look at my seed packets, and I'm going to share those in a minute. And because I did not use stakes to identify what I planted, I really don't know what these are. I thought these were the mixed greens. They could be. But I did a lot of seed mingling, and I really don't know what these are. But they tasted delicious. And what I did was, this is so bootleg. Okay, I uprooted all, you guys saw that in the video. I uprooted my mixed greens or whatever it was. Then did some research last night. Got up this morning, and let me tell you, those stalks were still healthy and alive. I replanted those stalks. I got to figure out, well, number one, I believe, if I read correctly, well, I'm going to find out if I will continue to get these leaves, right? I'm going to see how long I can harvest them. And the stalks grew really tall, well over 4 feet. But anyway, yeah, they were delicious. They were so good. And now I want more. I just put some in the microwave, you guys, from the garden to the plate, right? My own harvest. I tell you, for dinner, that's all we had. Greens and cornbread. My husband didn't even ask for, okay, I gave him probably just a little bit of chicken, rotisserie chicken on the side. But the main part of the meal was the greens and the cornbread. And people, they're delicious. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to have lunch because it's past 1:45, and I haven't had a meal today. But I want to share. So, all right, I did not, well, if you've been following my videos, I mentioned that I could not find collard seeds last fall. but apparently I did. And I planted some. However, I don't think they came up. I know how collard greens look, and I don't think they came up. I have to go back and watch my videos to see if I could tell. But what I do know that came up really good were these microgreens. And that is what I believe this dish is. But I could totally be wrong because I planted greens in about 4 different planters. And I know for some of those planters, I mixed seed. So I don't know what's going on, you guys. And then I also planted chard. But I know how chard looks. And I didn't have anything in my garden that looked like that. Or collard greens. So I don't know what this is. This could be the microgreens. And by the way, the microgreens that came up in my garden were not so micro. They were a nice size. And I do know that collard greens could get fairly big, but I didn't have any collard and I didn't have any chard. So I don't know what's going on, but this is right from my own garden, right from seed, and it is so delicious. Now these carrots, let me tell you about these carrots. Let me look at, are these baby carrots? Okay, it's a carrot blend. But anyway, I'll talk more about that in another video. Yeah. Okay, it grows 6 to 12 inch. Oh yeah, I definitely needed to transplant. I'm looking at the back, and it states that it's a blend of broccoli, mizuna, red Russian kale, and purple Vienna. And I can't pronounce that. Okay, some of these I've never heard of before. Anyway, it's tasty, whatever it is. I am going to plant. Okay, the planting season ended in March. We're only a couple weeks into April. I'm going to plant more of these. But anyway, you guys, that's going to do it for this video. I do plan on bringing more from the garden right to the table or the plate videos because I'm so excited. I want to have greens and a variety of greens all year long. All right, you guys, it's time for me to chow down. If you like this video, why not like it? Give me a big thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. You guys, if you have not gotten your garden going, it's not too late. Get going, get to planting, and you can have your, harvest right to the kitchen or right to the plate as well, right? All right, like, subscribe, share, and I want to thank you all for watching. As always, blessings.